choose to remember, and I talked about this Friday, let's just write this at the bottom. Quite frankly, I have never memorized the inverse thing because there's so many things to memorize in calculus. But I'll give you a formula at the end if you're a memorizing type. And I think on the blue packet, I think somebody, while I'm talking, grab that, get the blue packet out. Oh, here it is. I don't know what it is. I thought it was there. Thanks, Paul. Does it say find the inverse on here somewhere? I think it does. Oh, yeah. This is the formula right here, if you want to memorize it. So, basically what happens is the a and b get flipped around because inverse functions flip an x and a y around. So, if there's a point that's on a function and they ask you for a different point, most likely it's the point flipped around, essentially. So here's what I wrote down. The key thing about an inverse is if f and g are inverses, then this is true. So sometimes the problem just states that, and then you're like, oh, this is an inverse. Then I just do chain rule, okay? So I take the derivative of both sides. So the derivative I would not, on this side, is I would not change what's inside, but then what do I have to multiply by? The derivative of what's inside. So I'd have to multiply by g prime of x, okay? On the other side, what's the derivative of x? 1. The thing that you're solving for typically is the g. G is, if you think kind of like in math, f is like the most basic function, right? Don't we use f of x a lot? G is its inverse. So most likely you're going to be asked to solve for its inverse. And to solve for its inverse, then I just divide both sides by f prime of g of x. So I have 1 over that. Do you notice that, Paul, like on the blue sheet, that's kind of what it's saying, except it does it with a and b. Okay. All right. So I'm going to keep that handy, and I'm going to look at question. Let's work through some of these, okay? In the table above, it gives values of a differentiable function f and g and f prime. The derivative of f, blah, blah, blah. Oh, these are inverses, yes? Because it stated that. What is the value of g prime of 4? Well, let's use our little equation here. G prime of 4 is going to be 1 over f prime of g of 4. So this is a composite. So in the table, oh, they were nice to you. In the table, didn't they give you g of 4? G of 4, look here, g of 4 is negative 2. So I'm going to take 1 over f prime of negative 2. And do they give you f prime of negative 2? Cool, they do. So this would be 1 over 4. Is this the exact same? No, it isn't. There was a question on a practice that we did earlier about our g. Okay. What does it maybe look like in a function format? So either they're going to give you a point and you have to use it, or they might ask you to find the point. So you're told that g of 2 equals 1, okay? So actually that's kind of nice. I also, just if I need it, I want you to be aware that you're given the function f. So if you need values, you can use them up there, okay? The other thing I want to point out is, without any work, if g of 2 is 1, flip the point around. Give me another point. F of 1 is going to equal 2. I don't know if I'm going to use that, but that's, if they tell me that, I should know that that's true. All right, let's see what it asks for. G prime of 2. So I go to this and I say, okay, g prime of 2 is going to be 1 over f prime of g of 2. All right, can you guys go ahead and do that? If you're stuck and you're like, I don't have f prime, you do, because you got f. Find f prime. Man, I wonder if the answer is always 1/4. It's like an AP code. Okay. All right. What else we got? Oh, this one's not 1/4. Gives you some values. So this is just values. We're trying to go through all kinds of different scenarios here. Okay, so we did a table, we did a function. Now I don't give you any functions, but I give you specific values just so you guys are aware. Let's rewrite those points a minute. If I'm dealing with inverses, then g of 15 is going to be 3. Again, I don't know if I'm going to use it. I didn't use it last time. And g of 3, it looks like, equals 6. Flip them around. All right. According to this, g prime of 3 is going to be 1 over f prime of g of 3. Ooh, I did use it. What do we put in for g of 3? 6. And luckily, I think they give you f prime of 6 is -2. That gives me letter A. Do you guys want to try this one on your own? Try this one on your own. Ooh, I'm going to eliminate possibilities. Bam, bam. Did you get letter E? All right. Good.